At the end of the day, I'm paid to get in the ring and possibly lose to somebody. Do I need to go home and be upset that I lost to somebody on TV?
I absolutely love this film.
Get into that.
We're giving wrestler.
Hello. Hey, made it.
We're
We're going.
Oh,
talking about,
my husband. And this is one of our, earlier dates at Disney. And now we're Disney adults. We've got our annual passes. And I mean, yeah, life is good. We live in Orlando, Florida. We're like 30 minutes away from Disney. How could we not?
Yeah, it is like you're there all the time.
And the fact that you guys are both, like you said, you guys are equals and you're working together, that you're a team.
We're a team. We are a team. And during the pandemic, that was the first time. So we had been together, I believe, 7 years prior to the pandemic. Could be a little less than that, but that was our first time ever stepping in the ring together. We had always been ships passing in the night. He was at WWE. I was at TNA. I came to WWE. He was released. I was released. So that was the first time that we were actually a team in the ring. And that was really hard.
Why?
Really hard. We were two completely different wrestlers, completely different styles, completely different mindsets, energy. We had never worked together.
Yeah.
It's really, really weird getting into the ring with somebody who you know so well personally, but you don't know them at work.
Okay.
I don't know his style of work. I don't know how he treats his coworkers or how he plans a wrestling match. So we had to really learn to enjoy working together.
Okay.
And then you have to think, is it normal for people to work, travel, live, and do everything together? That is not normal. But we started to love it by the end of it.
So talk about working together. I'm curious because, again, you were together for 7 years.
Yeah.
Everything's cool. Everyone's doing their own thing.
Yeah.
And then you have to come into this space. And you mentioned it was hard. But how did you finally mesh and make it work?
I think just with repetition over and over and over and having the conversations of no, I'm okay. I'm your coworker, but I'm still your wife. So now we need to figure out how we're going to talk to each other in front of people.
Right.
How are we going to disagree in front of people and still show each other respect? Because it's hard. And in wrestling, you think your idea is the best idea.
Right.
That's just how it works. You think your idea is the best. And it's really, really hard to see the other person's side when you've already envisioned how this is going to look in the ring, how you're going to, so we had a lot of conversations, getting on the plane, going to work. And then at work, we had a lot of moments where it was okay, we need to separate and then come back and we'll bring a new mindset. We'll bring a new energy. But one thing we do is we don't talk about work at home.
Oh, that's
Okay.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't talk about wrestling at home. Obviously things slip through the cracks and we might have a couple glasses of wine and start brainstorming something funny. But overall, we try not to talk about work.
So, but you do say, how was your day? How was work?
How was your day? Yes. But at the end of the day, it's is a soap opera star going to come home and talk about their storyline?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are certain things that irk us that we'll talk about or that made us happy that we'll talk about or certain places that we went to that were really amazing. We'll talk about that. But at the end of the day, I'm paid to get in the ring and possibly lose to somebody. Do I need to go home and be upset that I lost to somebody on TV?
Right.
No.
So you're good at separating the two worlds. Know how to say, this is work.
Yeah.
Leave it at work, which is a lesson for everybody.
I
right?
agree.
How to do that.
100% agree with
especially with
that.
social media, with your phone and all that, to be able to do that. And I love the fact that you're able to do that with your husband.
Yeah.
Because you always go to your husband yo, I had the worst day today.
Well, imagine-
For you to do that, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Envisioning a world where, you come home and he has watched this match and this match and this match and has something to say about it would be so frustrating.
I can't have that.
Yeah.
I can't have you. We have so many people in our lives that are already telling us what we're doing right, wrong, the internet.
Yeah.
On top of just,
Right.
I have people sitting watching the product to tell me what I did well or did not do well every single night. I do not need it at home. You know, I don't need it.
Do you spend a lot of time on social media?
I mean, we have to. And I've really built a fan base from social media. So it's a love-hate relationship for me. I have learned to put all my quality filters on. I've learned to post and ghost. I've learned to not read the comments. All those things have really helped me. But it's hard. It's been a learning experience, you know, because here's the thing. I truly believe that, like, if you believe you're hype and you believe that everyone loves me and I'm amazing and I'm this champion, well, then you have to believe when you're down in the dumps and when they hate you and when they're telling you you're a terrible person or you don't deserve this job, because they do that as well. So you can't believe one and not the other. They go hand in hand. So just don't believe any of it.
So you're not affected by negative comments. You don't look at them. You know how to avoid it.
I would love to say yes, but like, we're all affected by it.
Yeah.
To a certain degree,
Was
right?
there one that particularly bothered you or a category of comments?
I think during the pandemic, everyone was looking to be offended. They were finding ways to be offended or ways to cancel people. And there were certain things that I loved about the pandemic. I loved Time's Up and Me Too. But there were times when we were just looking.
Yes. The cancel.
Looking. Like the cancel culture was just too much. Yeah. And I just found it really hard to navigate. I felt like nobody could navigate it properly. And so that was a real struggle. But that's where I learned to quality filters, post and ghost, don't look at the comments. If you're putting something out there, be confident in what you're putting out there and know that you're putting out there for yourself. And if other people like it, that's great. Consume it, love it, hate it. It doesn't matter because I'm putting it out there for me. But easier said than done.
Easier said than done, yeah. All right, we got two more, and I think I know what they are, so you might as well actually do them both at the same time.
And also just know that Disney is like a way for us to disconnect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How can you talk about wrestling when you're at Disney?
Real quick, because we're not going to ask about all the secrets that you can't tell us. I mean, maybe you can tell us afterwards when everything's
Can't
off.
say anything.
But in your estimation, when you're going to Disney World,
Yep.
okay, what is the best way to navigate a single day? What is the best way to navigate a single day? And are we talking Magic Kingdom? Are we talking Epcot? Like, what are we doing?
So I really think that you should do a park hopper pass. You should try, if you are privileged enough to stay at a resort, a Disney resort, and there's some ones that are like Matt and I have stayed at that are lower budget, but they get you extra magic hours. And that's the key. You got to get extra magic hours if you want to try to do as many parks as possible. Park hopper pass, lightning lane, spend the money. And stay at a resort so you can get extra magic hours. Rope drop, start at Animal Kingdom, rope drop and run to Pandora. Do everything you can there. I would say head directly over to Magic Kingdom or Hollywood Studios, one or the other, doesn't matter. Do everything you can there. Have some drinks at Hollywood Studios. They've got really good adult bevies. They don't at Magic Kingdom. And then end your night at Epcot because they've got all the food, they've got all the drinks. You can see the show. The ball is really amazing, lit up at night. And you can finish with the Guardians ride.
Like, how often do you go?
If it was up to my husband, every day. It's crazy.
He's more the crazy.
one,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
I was like a normal Disneyland girl.
Yeah.
Coming from the West Coast, and he is like a Disney through and through. Oh yeah, so pretty amazing.